Yo, what's up, Broncos country? How's it going tonight, guys? So we are back this week, and boy, do we have a lot of news. A lot of things that popped off over this last week. Of course, OTA started this week. Things happened, but it's good to be back. But the first thing is, Mohamed, let's jump right into this. Over the week, it was I think it was actually yesterday or Thursday. I can't remember off the top of my head which day it was. But news broke that Jonathan Cooper has been arrested for 2 counts of domestic violence. I saw a little bit more added onto it right before we went live. But what are your overall thoughts? And we'll kind of get into more of it.
Well, Eddie, it's definitely something I wasn't expecting, and it's a surprise, honestly. Especially a player like him. I mean, we're thinking about mandatory mini camp and just the season starting and all, and then all of a sudden this just drops. Um, from my understanding, it was just a domestic thing. I don't think it was a crazy situation, Eddie. Honestly, it's just because of who Jonathan Cooper is. That's probably what it is. They're just having a fight. I mean, just like any couples, right? So, but what does that mean for the Broncos? I honestly don't know, Eddie. Not don't know much about the case. I've read a little bit about it, but my whole thing is my concern is like, how is the NFL going to respond to this? Because the D line is, we're already like, that's not something that we're really strong on, especially after losing JFM, right? So because of that, it's concerning. Hopefully, it's not anything that the NFL is going to actually, suspend them for or anything like that. But knowing how the NFL feel about the Broncos kind of makes me a little bit nervous. But hopefully, nothing comes out of it, and just he can go back and everything goes back to normal. Go ahead, Eddie.
Yeah, based on what I've seen from Zach Stevens, one of the tweets I saw him post on X earlier, and I saw a few other ones too, but I can't remember who those were from. He says Jonathan Cooper has officially been charged with 2 counts of domestic violence and 1 count of criminal mischief. His bond is set at $1,000, so I guess he is in jail. He might be out by now because I know he had court yesterday. I think he's got another court date on Monday. But if he was in jail, I'm sure he already posted bond because he's got $1,000. Like he got paid a couple
Yeah.
of years ago. So, but I also saw earlier two other things. I saw one that said he tried to bite his girlfriend's phone or something. There
That
was
that
a,
that was odd. That was really odd. I did read about that. I don't know. Yeah, yeah,
and then the second thing I saw was like probably about 30 minutes where came on here live was um he there was a point where he grabbed his girlfriend by the throat and picked her up by one hand. Like now I don't know if that's true.
I didn't read that one. That's crazy.
That might be fake. I mean, I only seen it for like a split second, so me saying that's fake, but I'm not saying he did or didn't do anything until the whole thing comes out. We really don't know what happened, except for the fact they did say he was charged with 2 counts of domestic violence and 1 count of criminal mischief. So we'll just have to wait and see. Now, as for the Broncos portion of this, I don't know if you saw it, Mohammed, but I believe it was yesterday that Sean Payton said that Jonah Ellis, they tried him out at inside linebacker,
Yeah,
inside linebacker, and they're bringing him back to outside.
yeah, I heard.
Like
Yeah.
he's more suitable for the outside, which I don't even know why you would try to put him to inside linebacker. The guy has been proven to you that he is a stud at outside linebacker, and you're right, Mohammed. This whole Jonathan Cooper thing, who knows what could happen with that? I've already seen Bronco fans saying, you know what, we've already paid him. He had, I think they said someone put up a stat yesterday that said he only had like half a sack the last 7 games of the year, and we've already paid him. They're like, move on from him. We don't need this.
That's crazy. That's crazy,
Well,
Eddie.
they're
Yeah,
saying that because of
yeah.
his production towards the end of the season. We've
Mhm.
already paid him, and now with this whole thing, depending on what happens with this, I could go that way. Like if more comes out that this was really really bad, I'd be like, yeah, it's time to cut ties with Jonathan Cooper. Like I like the guy, but if he did if he did some monstrous stuff, then I think it's time to cut him and just move on. I hate saying that he's a good player, but we don't need that distraction in the locker room. in all honesty. So, but with that said, you're right, Mohammed. Like, what's the NFL going to do with this? Are they going to suspend him? Are they just going to fine him? Like, what's the case? Because if Jonathan Cooper gets suspended, I think I saw something the other day about something like he could possibly be suspended up to 4 to 5 games, depending on what the NFL wants to do and what comes out with this stuff on Monday. Like I said, his court date's on Monday. So depending on what they do or what is said, found out, whatever, the NFL could be like, okay, we're going to suspend them for 3 games or whatever. Just say hypothetically. That means Jonah Ellis and DeAndre Tillman are going to really and Q Robinson, I should say, are going to have a lot of fun. They're going to get a lot of reps if Jonathan Cooper is out those first couple of weeks. And honestly, the one that's probably going to get the most reps out of all them guys will most likely be Jonah Ellis, in my opinion. So we'll just have to wait and see. Hopefully nothing comes of it. Hopefully this is just a big misunderstanding, but until the actual documents come out and everything's shown, we really don't know what to think or say about this. But it's a bummer. That's all I can say. We got one here from Demetrius. He says, "Hey, what's up, man? Appreciate you joining us today.
What's up, Demetrius?
If, if you guys want, get your comments in tonight so that way we can talk to you guys. Let's see. I'm trying to get my comments up here so I can see people commenting, but it's not popping up. Why? But the next thing I think we have on the docket for tonight is the Myles Garrett trade. Now, I know this is not Broncos related, guys, but we're going to go over all the stuff that happened because, we're kind of in the NFL dead season right now. There's not really a whole lot to talk about. But, Mohamed, when you first saw this, I think the news broke, what was it, on Wednesday, maybe Tuesday, that Myles Garrett was getting traded to the – what was your initial thoughts to this?
I mean, Eddie, I did think Miles Garrett was gonna get traded, but I was just thinking that might happen during the draft, not now. Seriously, I thought it around, maybe around the draft time or on the draft when the actual draft is going live. Somebody's gonna give a first round pick and maybe some more picks to get Miles Garrett. Didn't really see it happening. It's just crazy that he went to the Rams. I mean, good lord, I mean they're already a Super Bowl favorite. You give him Miles Garrett, that's just crazy. But for me, Eddie, it's could the Broncos trade it for Miles Garrett? I know you brought that possibility early on. It would have been wonderful, but I think it's going to be too much, especially since we got to pay Bonix. The situation might be different for the Rams, but I honestly think, Eddie, sometimes teams, when you get to the playoffs, I just wanted to bring this point. Like when you get to the playoffs, it gets to a point where teams are very close as far as who's gonna win this team. Who's better, right? It kind of gets kind of harder as they get closer to the Super Bowl. And I think the Rams are thinking we need to take an advantage. This is definitely an advantage for them. I could see them going to the Super Bowl. They're gonna be hard to beat, Eddie, very hard. Just crazy. Yo, go ahead, Eddie.
Yeah, whenever I initially saw this, I was like, wow. I guess the Rams are really PO'd about last offseason. The Seahawks won the freaking Super Bowl, and the Rams are like, all right, we got to buckle in and do something, man. They lost to the Seahawks. I think, what was it, the divisional or the championship game or something? The Rams lost. And the Seahawks went on and won the Super Bowl. It's like the Seahawks won that Super Bowl, and the Rams are like, all right, that's enough. So they're like, we gotta go out and get Myles Garrett. Now, before I get into all the big details about this and everything, the Rams gave up edge rusher Jared Verse, who's 25 years old. They gave up a 2027 first round pick, a 28 second round pick, and a 29 third round pick. To be honest, holy crap, dude, I don't think they paid that much. I figured Myles Garrett would at least went for 2 first round picks.
At least, yeah. And some more.
And some more. But and I agree with you, Mohamed. I don't understand why you would make, as the Browns, why would you make this trade now? As the Rams, I understand them wanting to do it, because they're in win now mode. But as for the Browns, like, why would you do this before the draft? You could have had 3 first round draft picks this year. But now, yeah, you got a
Yep.
first round next year. You got 2 first rounders next year. But dude, I don't understand it. But that's what the Rams gave up. But now what's this mean for the Rams? Like they were already Super Bowl favorites before the Miles Garrett trade. I think they were at like, if I remember right, Mohamed, I think the Rams were at like 11% favorites to win the Super Bowl this year. And now I think that jumped up to over 20%. The Rams will win the Super Bowl this
Yeah.
year. And hold on to your socks for this one, guys. There's been a lot of rumors swirling now that Miles Garrett is, got traded to the Rams. Rams traded for McDuffie. They got Watson, 2 good corners. They brought in Miles Garrett. They're going all in. There's talks of Aaron Donald coming out of retirement. If that's the case,
Good luck to everyone.
oh my God, dude, I don't even like. I want to like if that happens. If Donald comes out of retirement, dude, I want to say the Broncos are going to win the Super Bowl. But if what's up, Dreamweaver? What's
What's
going
up,
on, man?
Dreamer?
Appreciate you being in here. But if that happens, I don't think the Broncos would win the Super Bowl this year if Donald comes out of retirement. I hate to say it, but I mean, Bo Nix is good. We have the best offensive line in the game, but Donald and Miles Garrett on the same defensive line coming after your quarterback.
Eddie, every like what
And then you got Matthew Stafford.
before Aaron Donald
Oh,
retired.
go ahead.
Yeah, before he retired, I always said that he's probably the best player in the NFL. Like he just like you don't know what to do with him. People like he had to be like triple teamed, and they still struggled. Like, what are you gonna do? Yeah. So if he comes, they're going to the Super Bowl and winning it. Ain't nobody beating them. I mean, just like it is what it is at that point.
Well, and that's the other thing too. Like I listen to a lot of people. They said if Aaron like it's not I don't even think Aaron Donald's come out and talked about this yet, but a lot of people are indicating that if Aaron Donald were to come out and play again with the Rams, it wouldn't be until the Rams already have a playoff spot locked up. Like it'd be like week 15, week 16, they got the division locked up or whatever, and they're guaranteed to go to the playoffs. Then Donald will come out and help them, which I don't know if that's true, but just in the off chance that it is true, that would be a good thing for the Broncos for the season because the Broncos play the Rams week 3 here in Denver. So I can't remember if I had the Broncos winning that game or losing that game. I think I had them losing that game. And now with that, it's just like, holy crap, dude. I don't know. Like the Broncos have one of the best offensive lines in the game. And Bo Nix is really good at getting rid of the ball and not taking sacks. So that should be a plus side for us. He'll be able to get rid of the ball
It's
quickly.
gonna be a playoffs
But
game.
man,
Yeah, it's gonna be like a playoff game, Eddie. We play the Rams.
Dreamweaver in here again. He says everyone in the league respects Stafford. It's the Manning. It's the Manning effect, where everyone knows it's his last ride, and everyone's hoping on for the ride. Yeah. I mean, if the Broncos don't win the Super Bowl this year or can't make it, then I'm rooting for the Rams. I would love. I mean, no, Stafford's already got one. He already got a ring. But if this is truly Matthew Stafford's last year and the Broncos don't make the Super Bowl, I'm kind of hoping Matthew Stafford gets a second ring and rides off into the
That would be
sunset.
nicer. Yeah.
Personally, you know. Um, but with that said, Broncos are winning the Super Bowl this year. I don't care what anybody says. So, but moving on to the next thing I wanted to talk about, there was another trade that happened over the week, Mohamed. And this one, honestly, might concern me a little bit more, only for the simple fact that they're in our conference and we lost to them last year in the AFC Championship game. But the only reason why we lost is Bo Nix or J.K. Dobbins wasn't there, preferably Bo Nix. But the Philadelphia Eagles trade A.J. Brown to the New England Patriots. Mohamed, what was your initial thoughts to this trade?
Honestly, Eddie, I laughed because you know my opinion. I've been very clear about how I felt about that player specifically. he's a diva and he's a cancer whenever he's going to come to any team. Yeah, he's extremely talented. We all know that. But if he doesn't get the ball, he's going to be throwing fits on the sideline. He's a distraction to the locker room. Like I said, very talented, but I wanted nothing to do with him. Um, I think I think the Patriots are trying too hard, Eddie. Like, and they're making it very obvious. Like they're just going in. My thing is the reason why I'm not worried about it is because I don't think their quarterback is a tough quarterback. He's not good under pressure, Eddie. That's my opinion. Like if things don't go his way, if he's weak, he's gonna sit, he's gonna power, he's gonna be on the sideline, and he's not. So that's where Bo Nix comes in, and he actually excels in those situations, right? So they can trade for any player they want. It's just not gonna matter.
And considering the fact that last year we played against the Eagles when AJ Brown was there, and what happened? Sertan locked him up.
Yeah.
So I'm not worried about it. Sertan's going to lock him up, and honestly, it, it, I would still take Drake May over Jalen Hurts right now, just because of the athleticism. I think he has a better arm than Jalen Hurts, in my opinion. But I mean, Jalen Hurts has a Super Bowl victory. But with that said, like I'm taking Drake May still, but it doesn't matter. Like the Patriots still, I mean, they fixed some of their issues, like their offensive line, their defense this year. You know, we do play the Patriots this year, Week 17 in New England. That's our revenge game. We're getting our revenge on the Patriots this year because they got so freaking lucky. I'm telling you right now, I've said this a million times. I will say until I'm blue in the face. We'll beat the Patriots. We will. We will 100% beat the Patriots. If Bo Nix is healthy, we will beat the Patriots. I will take Bo Nix over Drake May 10 out of 10 times. I will take Bo Nix of any quarterback in that entire 2024 class. Bo Nix has proven he's got the it factor. He's got the clutch gene factor. He's got all that. Caleb Williams still got to see. Jaden Daniels, yeah, he had his rookie year, but then he got hurt and he was out all last year basically.
Yeah.
Bo Nix, I understand he got hurt, but he missed one game. And that was a freak injury. Jaden Daniels has already had two major injuries in the NFL, and he's only 2 years in. I would take Bo Nix over Michael Penix. I would take Bo Nix over Drake May. And I'm pretty sure everybody and their mama would take Bo Nix over JJ McCarthy. So yeah, I'm just the AJ Brown trade. I'm not too worried about it. I'm really not. And you're right, Mohamed. Like we had a choice. Like back in like March when we traded for a receiver, we could have had either AJ Brown or Jalen Waddle. Like we would have had to wait for AJ Brown. Patriots won't even make the playoffs this year, in my opinion. Big step back for them. I wouldn't go that far. I think they might still sneak in because they might make a. Because I'll tell you right now, I don't think the Chiefs are going to make the playoffs this year. I really don't. And that's something I wanted to talk to you about, Mohamed, before or here in a minute when we get to that. But I think the Patriots could sneak. I mean, realistically, the Broncos are going to make it. I think the Ravens are going to make it. Hell, I could see the Bengals making it too. Now that they got somewhat of a good defensive line. I'm trying to think who else. I don't know. The Texans can make it. The Jaguars can make it. The Colts can make it. The Chargers can make it. Like, I don't know, man. Like, maybe you're right. Maybe the Patriots won't make it this year. I don't know. It just depends. I mean, you got the Bills too. So I'm trying to think. But the AJ Brown trade, man, like I'm not really worried about it. Sertan will lock him up. That bum ain't gonna do nothing. And honestly, I'm glad we got Jalen Waddle over AJ Brown because AJ Brown is nothing but a baby. He pouts on the sideline when he ain't getting his way. Jalen Waddle is actually a team player. Jalen Waddle, like I'm not saying he doesn't care about not getting the ball, but if they're whatever he can do to help the team win. Like if there's a game where he gets like maybe one target, but the Broncos run the ball a lot and win the game, he's not going to pout about it. Or if it's a Sutton day, or if it's a Troy Franklin day, or Evan Ingram day, whatever. If one of those receivers have a better day than Jalen Waddle and they win, and Jalen Waddle's only got like one target for like 5 yards, he ain't gonna care. Oh, we won, cool.
Yeah.
So But with that, Diana Rossini likes this movie. Yeah, I'm sure she freaking does. And then Dreamweaver came in. He's like, haha, Rossini strikes again. Of course she does. She loves this movie. I mean, she was the first one to say it last year before this whole thing with her and Mike Rabel popped off. She was talking about Brown to the Patriots even before it was a big thing. So, um, let's see. But but the next thing I want to jump into, Mom, and I want to get your thoughts on this. Adam Schefter. I don't know if you saw this tweet on X. I saw it on Thursday. Is that he pretty much said it's more than a possibility that Mahomes starts week one, that he will play
Yeah.
week one against the Broncos. But he did say that Mahomes is only going to be like 60 or 70% in that game. I got a lot to say on this, but I'm going to let you go first, Mohamed. Go ahead. Take it away.
I mean, Eddie, we talked about this a couple of weeks ago. I mean, it's going to be really stupid for the Chiefs to do that because he might get hurt again, especially opening the season against, playing the Broncos defense. If you're not 100%, why put him on the field? You know, because they're probably not going to let him run, right? So he's going to just hand it off. Why let him play? But hey, if that's what they're gonna do, Eddie, let them bring it. Our defense gonna have a field day. He's gonna be shut down. I tell you, like he's not gonna be going nowhere. He's gonna be 3 and outs. He's gonna get sacked. He might get re-injured, so that's on them. But let them do it.
Whew. Boy, I was talking to my buddy at work the other day, and this is my thought process. Me as a Broncos fan, outwardly right now, I'm going to tell you right now, I don't care if Patrick Mahomes plays because we're going to whip the Chiefs week one regardless. We're going to kill them. I strongly believe this is going to be like a blowout type of situation. And there's a couple reasons why I say this, guys. One, the Mahomes thing. Say Mahomes does play. I'm telling you right now, Reed and the organization are probably in Mahomes' ear as we speak. Mahomes, you do not run. You sit in the pocket like a statue and you throw the ball. That's probably what they're trying to drill into his head right now. Because he's going to be only like 8-9 months removed from tearing that Achilles. I'm sorry, not that Achilles. The ACL. And most players until almost a year, like 12 months, they don't even come back and actually start playing, practicing until at least 12 months after the injury. Mahomes ain't going to be doing OTAs. He's not going to be doing mandatory minicamp, training camp, preseason. He's not going to be doing none of that. If he does play this game, Mohamed, he's literally going to be coming in rusty, straight off the fucking bench, basically. No practice, nothing. So, and I'm telling you right now, they're going to be like Mahomes, Andy Reid, and the organization is going to be like, Mahomes, you stay in the pocket. You do not run. If you can't get rid of the ball fast enough and the offensive line's breaking down, they're probably just going to tell them to lay the fuck down. Just get down. Just lay down.
Yeah.
Because they're not going to want them to run or get hit. So, I think it's a stupid move. I think the organization's sitting there like, hey, we want Mahomes to sit out. Like I'm sure the organization wants Mahomes to sit out this whole year. Because once Reed and Kelsey are gone, Mahomes is going to be the only one left, and he's still got like another 10 years left. That's their face of the franchise there for them. Like they can't risk it.
Nope.
And I don't think this is an organizational decision to let Patrick Mahomes start week one if he does. It's a Reed decision. Because I think personally, I believe this is Reed's last year. This is Reed's last year, and I think this is Kelsey's last year. And they're going all out to try to win it again this year. And that's why I don't think Reed really cares. He cares to an extent where he's going to be like, Mahomes, you don't run, and if the blitz gets to you or the pass rush gets to you, just get down. But they're wanting him out there because they're wanting to win this year. So, and, it might come to be that, we might find this out later down the road after the season starts and everything. The organization might come up to Reed before the start of the season. If Mahomes still ain't looking good or they don't think he's ready, the organization go to Reed and be like, sorry, Reed, we're making the judgment call here. Mahomes ain't starting. He's sitting. We're not jeopardizing our franchise guy because we know this is your last hurrah. That's just my thoughts. So, but it's big, man. I will say that it's a big thing. I
Eddie,
don't care. Like I said,
it's gonna be a boring game. It's gonna be short passes, and they're gonna try to run the ball. That's it.
that's
Yeah.
one thing that I think they are going to do. This is
Yeah.
not going to be a pass heavy game for the Chiefs. This is not going to be a pass heavy game. It's going to be a Kenneth Walker type game. They're going to like. I'm not saying Mahomes ain't going to throw it all, but this is what I see. I see the Chiefs trying to run it 40 times and pass maybe like 15 to protect Mahomes. You want to know my honest opinion. And the other reason, and I think this game's going to be a blowout, Muhammad. I think it's going to be like 30 something to like 10, maybe almost 40 something to 10 in favor of the Broncos. And the reason why I say that is not just because of the Patrick Mahomes thing, regardless if he plays or not, because if he plays, he's not going to be mobile. You ain't going to have to worry about him running. You stop the Chiefs' run game, you're going to win this game regardless. Because, yeah. Because the Chiefs' offensive line still ain't good, and we still got a hell of a pass rush. But the other reasoning is, hey, Mohamed, what's the name of that new receiver that we got this year?
Waddle. We got Waddle, man. Yeah.
And the Chiefs have two rookies. Two rookies. They're going to be their starters, most likely. The guy they drafted in the first round, I think they drafted another guy in like the second or third round. I can't remember. But they're going to have two young rookie corners starting for them week 1. Dude, Waddle, Sutton, Franklin, Evan Ingram, Marvin Mims, Pat Bryant. This team is going to get torched. We're going to have 30-plus points on this team. And this ain't me saying this because I hate the Chiefs. I'm a Broncos fan. If you just statistically look at it, Mahomes is not going to be the same player he once was. He's coming off an injury, a season-long injury he suffered at the end of the season last year, and he might be coming back week 1. He's only going to be 70% at best. And then you got two rookie corners going up against a Waddle, a Sutton, a Franklin. Please give me a break. This ain't happening. So, but yeah, the Chiefs are going to get absolutely cooked in that game. And if I would be sitting Mahomes, I play it all this. I'd be like, sorry, Reed, thank you for everything you've done for our organization, but dude, we got to protect our investment. He's not playing. We need to protect him for the future after you're gone. That'd be my thoughts. But again, I'm not scared. Mahomes plays, we're still going to kill him because the guy ain't going to be able to do anything. Besides, like you said, short passes and run the ball. But the next thing up I wanted to talk about, Mohamed, Surtain. It was posted over the week, or it was announced over the week, that Surtain got a pay raise of $5 million, I believe it was. What was your initial thoughts to this, Mohamed?
I mean, Eddie, I was surprised. I thought that, when I saw this, I was like, restructuring. Are they trying to trade for somebody, or they bringing someone in? I didn't know what was going on. And then when I read the details, I was like, okay, so they're just giving him a raise. You don't really see that usually happening in the NFL that much. But if there was a player deserving of it, Eddie, it will be PS2. I'm glad he got a raise. Like I say, he deserves it. He's going to be a Broncos for life for here. I mean, good for him, well deserved. And, hopefully that'll, give him a little push for this season coming up, because, I mean, he's the best corner, but he's not getting paid like the best corner. It's just the deal that we had for him. But, this should be a little bit incentive for him, I think.
Couple of things I heard about this. The first one was, they did something. I think they did rework some of it, but they gave him a $5 million pay increase.
Yep.
The Broncos, I think, went from like $14 million in cap to like 20 something million in cap now. I saw something like that right after this thing with Pat Surtain happened, that the Broncos went from like 14 or something million to like 20 something million in cap space, which is good. I don't think they're clearing that up to try to sign anybody. I think they cleared that to, because, like I said, next offseason, they can pay Bo Nix.
Mm.
And I think the Broncos are going to do that. If Bo Nix has another stellar season this year like he did last year and his rookie year, I think the Broncos are going to want to get him done early. They're going to be like, let's get him done early so we can get him on the cheap, and then boom. So I think they're trying to clear cap space. So you're probably going to see a few other players walk next year, or a few more restructures next year, to where they can clear up some extra money. And I think they're going to pay Bo Nix next offseason. Like, Bo Nix has 26.2 million is what they have right now. Top 51. So there you go. But anyway, yeah, I think that's what they're trying to do. I think if Bo Nix has another really solid season this year and keeps progressing, they're going to pay him next offseason. So I think that's what they're trying to save up for. As far as the other portion, I did see this also, Mohamed, with this $5 million pay raise from the Broncos to Surtain. I think he went from like the sixth highest paid corner to the second highest paid corner now. I think the
Oh,
only
wow.
person in
Okay.
front of him now is Sauce Gardner with the Colts. He's the only one. Surtain's number two, and we still got him on a relatively cheap deal. Like, we paid him before Gardner got his deal, and who was it? What, the guy from the Texans? What was his name? Stingley, I think it was.
Really, yeah,
Derek.
I think so.
So we got Surtain paid before all these guys. We got him on a deal, and with Surtain playing as well as he did last year, they gave him a nice little $5 bump to make him happy. Like Graham says here, he says a random good deed out of nowhere for no reason. That's just to keep your players happy, man.
Yep.
It really is.
Yep.
You know, the Broncos are like, hey, we're winning. You guys are a big reason for that. You're the main reason for that. And especially Surtain, like Surtain's that type of corner that can shut down one whole half of the field. That way it makes it easier for the defense. And he deserves it. I agree with you, Mohamed. He deserves this $5 pay bump. So I'm excited for him. I can't wait to see how he plays after that. But next up, this one is probably gonna make you laugh, Mohamed. Maybe put a little smile on your face. It was. I saw it. I think it was Wednesday. I saw the announcement pop up, or the thing pop up on my phone. Russell Wilson went to CBS to be like, I think I can't remember if it was like an analysis or a analyst or whatever. But what were your thoughts on this, Mohamed?
I mean, Eddie, I've been saying it for what, the past 2 3 years, that Russell Wilson just need to retire. I mean, he's not hurting for money, our money, right? So I'm
Yeah.
not gonna say I'm completely healed about what he did to the Broncos, Eddie, but we've moved on. We got Bo Nix. We're winning. We're about to go to the Super Bowl. Hopefully this season or
Uh-oh.
next season. He had sort of like a shaky, I would say, career. I mean, with the Seahawks, won a Super Bowl, went to Super Bowl, didn't win that one. Then he came to the Broncos and he declined, and I don't know what happened, Eddie. If he had played well, I think he would have maybe had a shot for getting that gold jacket. I don't think he's getting it now. It doesn't seem like it to me. But I mean, I wish him good luck, honestly, Eddie. I mean, I wish him luck. I don't see how he would be an analyst for like a sports, like a talk type of situation. Doesn't seem to me that that's his personality, but we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Whenever I first saw this, Mohammed.
Sorry, Eddie, can I say something?
Yeah, go ahead.
Try to be nice. Go ahead.
um, no, whenever I first saw this thing pop up on my phone, you know what the first thing that came to my mind?
What?
Nobody wants to sign him.
Yeah.
This ain't Russell Wilson saying, "Hey, I'm done. I want to hang him up. I'm going to go do this on TV now." No, to me, this was no one signed him, and he knew no one was. He knows no one's going to sign him. Maybe to be a backup, but if Russ plays, I'm sure he wants to be a starter. No one's going to sign him as a starter, and he's like, you know what? I think I'm just going to go into TV. That was the first thought that popped into my mind, because let's take a look at it real quick, shall we? You're right. He goes to the Seahawks. He wins the starting job. He gets drafted to the Seahawks, wins the starting job, wins the Super Bowl. The very next year, they go to a Super Bowl. They lose it. Now, depending on who you ask, was that Russell Wilson's fault? Was it Pete Carroll's fault? Whatever. And a lot of players from that Seahawks team, especially on the defense side, said, no, They blame Pete Carroll more because Pete Carroll was trying to make Russell Wilson the MVP of that Super Bowl
Yeah.
and cost them that win. So, but I think it was after that Super Bowl is when the players really started disliking Russ because Russ wouldn't really talk to him. You know, he'd be like, "Hey, you have to go through my agent if you want to talk to me." Like, dude, you're part of the locker room too. You're not that big. You know,
Yeah.
like go talk to your fucking teammates, bro. That's when the teammates really started hating him. You know, and as the years went on, the Seahawks, you know, they were steady. You know, they were making the playoffs almost every year. You know, having good years. Russ
Yeah.
having a solid year, and then you know, the whole thing with the Tom Brady and Patrick Mahomes Super Bowl happened. We saw Russ up there all, with Roger Goodell kind of pouting like, "Oh man, I should be out there. I want to win MVP. I want to throw the ball more. I want to win the Super Bowl again." And then the trade talks start, and then you know he gets traded to the Broncos, and that whole fucking thing was just a. And then the Broncos cut him even before his deal kicks in with us. We had take the largest dead cap hit in history at that time. Then he goes to the Steelers. Doesn't really start because he gets hurt. Justin Fields starts, looks good. And then Mike Tomlin takes Justin Fields out, puts Russ in, and then Russ started off solid, but by the end of the year, he was done. Like by the end of that year of 2024, Russ looked like garbage for the Steelers. He looked like trash. And then he goes, you know, becomes a free agent, goes to the, you know, Giants, signs with them, becomes their starter. You know, they signed, who was it? Jameis Winston, Russell Wilson. They drafted Jackson Dart. And then Russell Wilson started, and I think after like 3 or 4 games, he gets benched. And I think he knew the time was up for him. If a team would have came up to Russ this offseason and said, "Hey Russ, we'll pay you a couple million for you to play for us this year to be our starter," he would have done it. He wouldn't be going to TV. I just think he knows that nobody's going to sign him as a starter. No one was calling him, and he's like, you know what? I'm just going to go into TV and retire.
But you know
So
what, Eddie? I mean, he if that's what he was thinking that he's still gonna be a starter, he might be very like delusional. There's no way. Like, I mean, come on, dude, you're done. Backup. Just be a backup. Be happy about it, you know? So
that's what I said. Just be a backup and be happy. Like if you're really that hungry to still play the game, then just be a backup. I mean, look how many backups play every year, man. Like starting QBs go down, backups play. It's just the way it is. Or you know, the team starters not playing very well, and then they get benched, and you get to come in and play. Like Jacoby Brissett last year with the Cardinals, they benched Kyler Murray. He came in and played. Bo Nix in the AFC Championship game, you know, he wasn't able to go because he got hurt in the Bills game. Jarrett Stidham got to play. I'm sure. Gardner Minshew got to play. Then he got hurt, and then you know the backup, the third stringer for the Chiefs got to play. Like injuries happen. Like just because you're a backup doesn't mean you're not going to get playing time, especially in this day and age. It seems like more quarterbacks are going down with injuries, and then backups are always playing. It seems like so. But with that said, I think his name was Olin Dokin. Yeah, Olin Dukin. Oh, I don't know. It sounds like a Star Wars name to me. Uh, but with that said, let's get into the whole point of this show, Mohamed. Mandatory minicamp and OTAs. We had OTAs start this week. I'm gonna let you go first. What are some of the things you've seen or heard so far about OTAs?
well, Eddie, the biggest thing was like, you know, Bonex being there. I mean, he really didn't do much, but it was kind of good to see that he's actually out there. He was doing things on the sideline from what I heard. Um, Jalen, I mean, Waddle. I mean, you could just hear what Sean Payton had to say about him, the excitement about him being really quick and the way he makes his breaks and the way he stops and how he's picking up the playbook. You know, really, really good stuff. You would love to hear that. I guess the other thing is Eddie, like the battle between Stidham and Sam Ellinger. That was a little weird for me, but for the most part, I'll say, you know, just the fact that Bonix came back, just seeing the rookies out there. I think I've seen a video of the running backs too. Our rookie is looking solid. He's big. He's as advertised, I would say. Um,
Which rookie is that? The D end or the running back?
Coleman, no, the running back, Coleman. So it was good to see that. There's not a lot to see. They don't really like let you see a lot about it, but just the fact that the starters are out there, and they're playing, they're competing and stuff. So that's the part that excited me.
Yeah. Whenever I saw there was a video and a picture someone posted of Bo Nix, he was out there. He just wasn't participating in drills or nothing. Sean Payton said with certainty that he will be ready to go for the start of training camp. No doubts. He'll be 100% ready to go for training camp. Like, I'm not really worried about, like, honestly, I'm not worried about veteran players missing, OTAs, mandatory minicamp, because it's like you work in June or May, you do all that, and then you're off for like a month or two, and then you get back into it. Like, you literally, like, dude, we've seen it. Like, whenever you're off, like, you do a bunch of football activities, play something, whatever, practice, and then you take like a month off, 3 weeks off, dude, you come back, you're going to be rusty again. OTAs and mandatory minicamp for me is basically just for the players to get out there, because they're not really hitting each other either. That doesn't start until training camp is whenever that you really start hitting and wearing pads and stuff. And they're just out there, just getting their bodies loose. Mandatory minicamp OTAs, they're just getting out there, getting their bodies loose, just running, doing some workouts, just most of the time it's like installing a new, which I mean, I understand this year we got Davis Webb as the play caller, but even Sean was like, it's going to be an extension of my playbook and all the same stuff I like to run integrated with what Davis Webb's doing. So, but Bo Nix, he's a smart guy. He'll be able to figure all that out and, get all loose and everything in training camp. Like, if we had to take another month, or if Bo Nix has got to take another month before he start out there doing football activities to let that ankle heal a little bit more, I'd rather do that. I'd rather him miss mandatory minicamp and OTAs, make sure that ankle's fully healed before he really starts going out there and pushing it. You know what I mean? So that's the status on Bo Nix. Jalen Wild, based on what I hear, dude, he is as advertised. He is
Yep.
out there balling,
Hmm.
and that's a good thing. I mean, again, it's just OTAs. It's a different situation whenever it's actually a game, but it doesn't matter. The fact that he's getting into the system, he's learning it, he understands it, he fits right in like a glove to this system. That's what you want to hear, and players staying healthy, of course. Um, and this man, I'm trying to think who else. Coleman, yeah, like that position battle is gonna be fun to me. Like, I think there's still gonna be a battle between him and RJ Harvey for RB2, and I mean, you're gonna hear probably a little bit about that through OTAs and mandatory minicamp. But that any battle is probably really not going to kick off until training camp. That's when the battles really start taking off. So I'm excited to see these two guys battle it out for that RB2 position. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna bring the best out of both players. Another like the main one to me, the main battle that I'm looking forward to. Actually, there's two of them, and they're both on offense. Like Sutton and Waller are gonna be your top two receivers. After that, third and fourth string receivers, Troy Franklin, Marvin Mims, Pat Bryant. That's gonna be one of my favorite battles to watch in training camp because I like if I had to choose right now, I want Pat Bryant to be that guy. He's taller than Troy Franklin, and honestly, all the opportunities he got last year, in games or in whatever, he caught the ball. Like, Troy Franklin still has that little bit of an issue of dropping passes. Hopefully, he gets better this year with that. But I want Pat Bryant to break out this year. I want him to have a breakout season this year. So I'm excited to see that. And the other one, to me, is tight end. Now, the only reason why I say that is because I know Evan Ingram's, as of right now, is tight end one. He's probably the best tight end on the roster. But I want to see him and Justin Jolly go at it during training camp. I really do. I want to watch these two guys go head to head. And by the end of it, I'm not going to lie to you, Mohamed. By the end of it, by the end of training camp preseason, I want Jolly to take that tight end one position. I really do.
Don't forget
Like,
about Loner, Eddie. Loner is there too. He's playing really
Loner,
well.
he is, but I don't think he's going to be in that competition for tight end one. Like the guy didn't play at all last year. He only had like what was it, one season or a couple of games in college playing football in
Yeah.
general. Before that, he was playing basketball. I think Justin Jolly's going to be the guy to take over as tight end one, and I cannot wait for that position battle because I feel like if Jolly is what I think he is and what I've seen from his tape, if he can be what he was in college and keep growing and getting better, like I said, by the end of preseason and training camp, I would not be surprised if he was tied in one on this roster ahead of Evan Ingram. But on the defensive side, Mohamed, is there any battles on the defensive side that you're looking forward to?
Honestly, Eddie, just like I'm wondering who's gonna be able to take that, JFM slot. You know, who's gonna be on that position? Like, who is it? The rookie? Is the rookie gonna win it? Like, that's what intrigues me. I would say. You know, um, another thing. Oh, I forgot. Did you hear about Drew Sanders shifting to outside linebacker? I don't know if you heard
I
about
didn't
that
hear
one.
anything about that.
Yeah, I don't know. I saw that. I'm not 100% sure about it, but that's um that's something that I saw. But I mean, seriously, Eddie, like my thing is like my main thing is who's going to be able to take that position. That's what actually concerns me. You know, another battle. I would say, bro, it's Eddie. I would say it's the wide receivers, like you said, honestly. And I do agree with you. It's going to be very interesting. It's like a good problem to have. Especially with our new OC. I think our offense in general is going to be exciting.
Yeah. As far as the defense, like I don't know, like you got your two starters for inside linebacker and Stranad and Singleton. Then you got like Reed behind there. I can't remember the other guys' names you got on there, but outside linebacker, I mean, you're gonna have, Cooper if he's not suspended. Nick Benito, he's our number one. Benito's our number one pass rusher. Um, you got DeAndre Tillman, you got Hugh Robinson, and you got Jonah Ellis. I think the backup outside linebacker, Jonah Ellis, DeAndre Tillman, and Hugh Robinson will probably be battling it out. That should be a fun one to watch. Defensive line, Zach Allen's your number one there. Then you got, I think, DJ Jones. You got Malcolm Roach. Who's going to take that? Who's going to take that job from left from JFM? It could be the rookie. It could be a Wazarike. There's another guy that I'm forgetting about. Uh, oh yeah, Red Murdoch is behind Singleton according to ESPN depth chart. Okay, yeah, I don't know why I forgot about Red Murdoch. Probably because he was Mister Irrelevant. So that's probably why I forgot about him. Uh, maybe him. Maybe they see something in him to where we're going to move Drew Sanders to the outside. Uh, let's see what else is there. There's Lavian Bailey or Levon Bailey. Sorry, he's the other one. The one I'm really excited to see this year, to be honest with you. So those backup inside linebacker positions could be really fun to watch, and honestly, corner too, in my opinion, is going to be really fun to watch because you got Sertan, he's your number one, and then I don't know, man, you got Chris Abrams Drain, who's really good. I think he's more of a backup though, but then you still got Jade Barron, you got Riley Mosh, you got Jaquan McMillan, who you brought back. Like, I think Barron, McMillan, and Moss are all going to be battling
Yeah.
for the quarterback two and the slot
Okay.
cornerback. I think they're going to be battling. That's going to be a fun position to watch because I said it before, Mohamed. I'm going to say it again. I know you agree with me. They got to get Barron more on the field. I don't know. Like, my thing is like I don't know. Are they going to try to play him more at corner, like slot corner, maybe? Because like if you watch a lot of games last year, Barron he was up there with the linebackers, the inside backers. He was up there in the box a lot last year when he was playing. covering tight ends, covering running backs, covering slot receivers. So I
Maybe
don't
that's
know.
where they're gonna have him, Eddie. Because like, why would you give McMillan another year? Like, why would you tender him? Right? It's just weird.
Well, whenever I see Barron up there, it's like that. It's like that hybrid safety slash inside backer type of, kind of like Buda Baker.
I mean,
Buda
that's what
Baker,
he was in college, right? I mean, that's what he did in college. He was like a
I,
Swiss Army knife type.
yeah, a guy that you can rely on to cover tight ends.
Yeah,
Like he, McMillan will cover your slot receiver, and then like Barron's gonna be down there covering your tight ends, like on a third and long or whatever. Barron, but that's the thing. Like you just don't want to have Barron out there on just third downs, dude. You want to have him out there almost every snap you can. If he's that good, I love McMillan. Like I don't know, but that's the thing. Like I said that they're probably gonna get rid of Moss and put Barron out there, but if he's better in that inside linebacker safety slash hybrid type of position, I don't think Moss is gonna go anywhere.
I
Like, because
think
he's still,
Eddie. I think the Broncos just gonna take this year to see what they have, let them all battle, and then they're gonna make their decision. Like next season is gonna be a lot different. So
yeah, I'm excited to see what happens. Like training camp and preseason are gonna be a lot of fun to watch this year because you got all these really good battles, and you want to see what's gonna happen. Like, because the Broncos they got talent coming out the wazoo on this roster. Like,
they do.
maybe not all of it, like corner, outside linebacker, receiver, running back. They got talent coming out. I mean, if you want to say tight end, sure. They got talent coming out the wazoo on these positions. And there's going to be a player, maybe two, that get cut that people are going to be like, man, that sucks. Like a player that
Yeah.
you're like, you don't think is going to get cut, but they do because they just don't have the roster spot for them.
Mhm.
Or traded even possibly too. Like if they were to get rid of someone like Riley Moss or McMillan or say Troy Franklin, I hope to God they trade them and get picks back because you could get picks out of those guys. You might not be able to get like a first or second, maybe a third, fourth. And with George Payton, like I would love to have those picks for next year. Um, there is something I want to touch on here though, real quick. Mohamed Graham posted this. He's like, "When do you think Cage Casey replaces Ben Powers?"
Hmm.
I don't know, man. I'm a Palcho guy. I really am. Seeing how Palcho filled in for Ben Powers last year after he was out for like 7-8 games, like I like uh, Alex there. But what are your thoughts?
I don't know, Eddie. Maybe like halfway through the season. I mean, I don't think Ben Powers is coming back next season. It just
No,
is not. It's not going to happen. So it's either going to be Casey or it's going to be Pacho. I mean, Alex is pretty good. I like him on that jumbo plays when they bring him in. Jumbo set. Yeah, I like him for
Frank
that.
Crumb.
So I would actually want Cage Casey to take that position. Maybe halfway through the season, maybe towards the end. We'll see.
Frank Crumb's that guy that plays that on those big sets. It ain't Palcheski. It's Frank Crumb. He
That
was the one
comes
that caught
in.
the touchdown last year. Remember from Bo Nix in the Bills game.
Yeah.
So he's your like big offensive lineman you use as a receiver sometimes. Uh, and yeah, Ben Powers is definitely not coming back next year. The reason why is because you paid Quinn Miners a few years ago. You just paid Luke Wattenberg last year. Um, and Bulls, I don't know if this would be his last year. He's 34. He might retire after this year. So I think next year in the draft, first round, the Broncos are probably going to go tackle. I'm pretty sure. And then that just leaves left guard, to be dealt with because Ben Powers is not coming back. I think they're kind of hoping, like they signed Palcheski to a 2-year deal. They drafted Cage Casey. That right there is probably going to be a battle between them two. Between Cage Casey and Alice Palcheski is going to be a battle. See who's going to wind up taking over left guard next year after Ben Powers starts. Because also Mike McGlinchey, I think Mike McGlinchey's contract is up after this year. And if they had to choose between the two to keep between Ben Powers and McGlinchey, they're going to keep Mike McGlinchey.
Yeah.
Maybe
Mm.
maybe at this time next or before the draft next year, the Broncos are looking for a new, they're probably going to be looking for two new tackles because center and right guards already solidified with Quinn Miners and Luke Wattenberg. And if either Cage Casey or Alex Palczewski can step up and become that next starter after Ben Powers leaves, at least you got the middle of your line set. Then you just got to worry about your tackles because I'm not saying 100% that Bolts is going to retire next year, but it's a strong possibility. And it's also a strong possibility the Broncos don't bring back Mike McGlinchey.
Hopefully they give us at least another year, Eddie. So if we do go to the draft and get a tackle, we have at least 1 year. You know what I'm saying? I hope so.
Well, that's the thing. Like, if I had to guess right now, we're going to lose one tackle at least next offseason. We're going to lose one of them. Whether if it's Bowles or McGlinchey, I don't know who it's going to be, but I guarantee we're going to lose one. And if I had to guess right now
McGlinchey?
who it's going to be, I think it's going to be Bowles.
Oh.
I think he retires.
You say that.
I don't think so either.
Maybe if we win a Super Bowl, Eddie, maybe he'll, if we win a Super Bowl, he'll be like, just going to call it.
Maybe, but even if we don't win the Super Bowl, I don't know. Bowles is 34. He might just be like, you know what, I'm done. But at the same time, tackles are playing later. Look at what's his name, Trent Williams. Who was that other tackle that played for the Eagles? He played till he was 38. Who was that? It was you had the guy for the 49ers, Trent Williams. Jason Peters. Thank you, Graham. He played until he was 40. These tackles are playing until they're late 30s. So maybe Bowles will sign another contract and a cheap contract and come back and play another couple of years. Maybe. And then Mike McGlinchey. But I'm just saying, me personally, they're going to lose at least one tackle next offseason. Well, if it's McGlinchey or Bowles. Bowles to retirement, McGlinchey to free agency, they're going to wind up losing one of them. And we got to be prepared for that next year. But, God, really, all that talking, man, we got there. We almost got to an hour. But Mohamed, any final thoughts or anything you want to talk or say before we get out of here tonight?
Just excited, Eddie. It's like we're not quite there, like for the beginning of the season, but we're getting pretty close, right? And a lot of news is coming in this week. Just excited for the season to start. Excited for that Monday night game. The opener.
We're gonna kill the Chiefs. I'm telling you, week one's gonna be a massacre. And I got one thing to say before we get out of here tonight, guys. Bring Von Miller back.
Yes, please.
George, Sean, bring him back, please. You don't have to pay him a lot. You don't need to play him every single down. Just bring him in to be the mentor to the young guys and let that boy come in and win one more Super Bowl with the team that drafted him. And a team he won his first Super Bowl with. Let Von Miller come in here and walk out as a Super Bowl champion and ride off into the sunset just like Peyton Manning did. That's my hope for this year. I hope they sign him sometime during training camp or preseason. Just to a 1 year, like $2 million deal or something. So, but wait a minute. Maybe that's what they're thinking. Maybe they cleared up all that cap space to bring Von Miller back during, training camp.
And Bobby Wagner, please. He's still not signed. Nobody signed him, Eddie.
What is he now? 36, 37?
He still play. He played well for the Commanders. I don't know why people are.
I'm just asking. I don't know how old he is. I'm not saying he plays bad.
Yeah, he's up there. You're right. He's not young by any means, but he's out there.
Sean likes a young team. I don't think he's going to sign two veteran guys that are in their mid to late 30s. But if I had to pick, if he does sign one, I'd rather have Von Miller back. So
hey, I'll take Von Miller any day.
That's it for us tonight, guys. Appreciate you guys being here with us. If you guys could, please like, comment, subscribe on this video. Also hit that bell notification so you know when we go live. Mohamed, great talking with you, man. I can't wait until next week, and I can't wait until training camp.
Likewise, Eddie. I'll see you next week, I guess.
All right. Take it easy, guys.